definitely easier for us to question their play.
All right, I hopped into the Paco game, which is on, I think, Chica's Dark Fantasy or whatever
Of
IP that
course.
is.
We talk smack about Paco.
Yep. So it looks like WP versus Paco. Paco Crow, JYB Rev versus Paleface Rain, Xenocyte, Chosen AFK. This is sDOM Season 1 from OwnedWell, guys. Sorry the stream doesn't have any neat overlays or anything, but this was last minute setup. We're going to boost for AMP on Reddit. It's an early boost.
Sorry, Grandma.
But if you are lagging, you can watch me on... No, you can't watch me on Steam. I started the wrong... I started the wrong EXE. Nobody was watching me on Steam anyway, so... If somebody complains, I can start it up. If you're lagging on Twitch. Anyway.
And this one is dead even. 148, 148, now 149 apiece. As we take a look at the position rundown at middle, you've got Crow versus Chosen, and actually Chosen on top in that spot, 50-40 by 10. JYB is playing up top with Rev. They've got 46 between them. And it looks like Rain and Paleface are just slightly ahead of them at 57. And meanwhile, Low is going the way of Paco in a big way.
Yeah, against
That's over
Xenocyte.
Xenocyte. He's winning by about 17 there.
Yeah, Paco actually on some crappy computer is what I've been told, but he is a low player. I don't know about Xenocyte. I think Xenocyte is a good positional player, but Low is such a weird point. And so fast-paced, he might not be used to it. Yeah,
it's all about knowing all those quick ways to get to it from up top, from mid, from low.
It's brutal.
You got to know those routes, and you got to know to watch those routes. Otherwise, you will get schooled by someone, even without them shooting a shot.
Yeah, it's a brutal point. It's also extremely fast-paced, so if you there's no breathing happening. Amp on blue right here. I think that's in the hands of Paleface. No, it's not. It's actually in the hands of Rain. Yeah, it's Rain's Amp. Which is really bad news. I mean, Paleface Rain up top is brutal because they can just hold both sides and destroy them. Both high fraggers. Rain actually getting knocked down the
elevator, yeah. Down to 40 HP.
He's going to opt to not
slow lift.
Stack up. He wants to go up. He's going to be dead, yeah.
He gets double teamed up there. And I mean, you might question him sitting in there, but that's the typical play on peak. Unless you're in desperation mode, you need some help from your amp, is he'll just sit up top and control it.
Yeah, it's the safe thing to do with the amp, and it really lets you win top a lot easier. But in the time when Rain got knocked down into that lift, I think he actually should have gone to stack up because he only had one hit in him. And you don't want to come up the lift between two guys because you're not going to win that fight.
Right, and they're expecting it as well, and it's such a slow lift, and there's no wiggle room at all. I mean, it's the size of one player. Not like you could strafe back and forth on a lift like Curse,
yep,
or even Deck or something like that. So now you see Blue finally pulling ahead a bit, but only by a little bit. It's about 3 to 4 point differential as we approach the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, watching Crow right now playing mid versus, I think that's, who is that? Oh, is that Chosen?
Mid's one of those brutal one-on-one up close and personal points. It's so tight quarters. There's these little lanes you got to watch, and you got to be careful when you try to pick up that belt. Because all it takes is one well-timed shot, and see you later.
Oh.
You lose control and likely give up belt to your opponent.
Yeah, he just did. Crow saw the belt, but you can't go for the belt as soon as you see it. You got to make the kill and then go for the belt, which was the correct play from Crow, but he died, so he loses the belt. Amp on the table.
JYB takes the amp, and I think he accidentally dropped low, but takes out the belt and 2 more for his troubles. Hits the spree on mid, but he's going to look to get back up top, as we said, as he's going to take the long way around up the ramps.
Tie game. JYB up top of the amp. Let's see if he can keep this set for his team. I think he can actually send this other guy if they choose and have JYB up here on his lonesome. Actually, they're not even attacking. Where is Blue to come in? JYB just kind of in this corner, having a picnic.
Eating a burrito.
There we go. Now we're...
Oh, his teammate actually picks up that frag.
Yeah, he's going to come
back down the elevator, going to stack up, take that armor, and actually this little atypical for amp runs, a little risky, but we know JYB's personality. He likes to live dangerously. He hits the rampage, but ultimately loses the spree to Chosen there. So much traffic in mid, and that's why you typically see the amps stay up top where it's safer.
Yeah, and amps can come down. You go down the lift in the middle. We've seen Bled do it in past seasons, come down and really control mid, but in a safer way. JYB jumped down into middle, which is not safe at all, especially when you're trying to stay alive with the amp, because you can collapse on mid extremely fast. Usually it's just 2 dudes down in there, but like if you need to, it's very easy to spawn and get there. So the call, they come down, chase him down. He's dead. 216 to 207. JYB's amp run did switch it a little bit. All points were in blue, though, for a second there.
This is a map, though, that can break open at any time. You see a bit of a double by blue on the midpoint. But Crow makes short work of that, and he's actually doing some damage. Prevents the boost to upper from mid. So some really savvy play there by Crow. Some frags are indeed worth more than others, and stopping that boost is huge.
Yeah, if you got a really good mid player, especially like Crow with really good aim, he's going to be able to stop all that type of stuff happening. Right now, Amp and Keg are up on top.
And Belt.
Blue, ready to go. So power-up's up, and there's a pause.
There goes
and I can't
Crow.
hit escape. Oh, okay.
And he's back in immediately. Blue going for the boost, trying to get
Yeah, they're
up,
gonna
and
get
they
the boost
will
anyway.
connect. I think is that Rain picking up Amp the Keg.
Paleface
He's
this
going to
time.
stay up top, but gets knocked down. Oh,
Whoa.
he's got to be careful. He might get knocked off the map, but meanwhile, Red does pick up the Belt.
Yep. Okay. So
Rain back up top safely with the Amp.
Blue Amp, Paleface up top. He took actually the
that's
same
Pale,
corner
sorry.
JYB was on. Needs to hit this shot. Actually, Rain's going to kill you. I got him, bro. Don't worry about it. Paleface.
That's a big thing in sDOM, is really protecting your teammate with the Amp. He's almost like the flag carrier for you in CTF, because that's how important that Amp is in sDOM. Is he's kind of caught mid, hits the spree, trying to get back up top, but it looks like he wants the mid armor.
Yeah, it's actually kind of safe to be where he is now, because not a lot of people actually run through there without taking a little bit of time out of their way. Going down to mid is kind of dangerous. He needs to grab the health pack behind him. He didn't bother to do it. Picked up 3 vials, so he's got 2 shots. Checks behind him
A bit of a
bit.
mistake there in the health management by Paleface, and
Oh!
he takes on an engagement,
There you go.
but hits the double kill. Loves to live dangerously and drops down lower again. Not sure what his thinking is.
I don't know. I
Although
don't know.
the
Belt was up. Yeah, didn't go for the belt. Didn't opt for it.
If you time it perfectly, you can make that dodge and pick up the belt and be out of there with the Amp. I mean, it's very risky, but it's a hugely rewarding play.
Health back, health back. Okay. He's only got 2 hits on him. It's 1. He needs to take down the belt. Nope. JYB comes in, wrecks the Amp.
Just brute forcing his way into upper. And this is such a curious position because it's so small and it gets doubled anyways because you need the 2 people up there for the boost. So it's just 4 people fighting in this tiny little room, and it's so fast-paced and furious.
Yeah, but that's what's great about Peak, I think, is that it's easy to collapse on anything except for top, of course, but it's such a weird, like, close fighting when you're used to a lot of like insta-get maps or just shoot a guy from far away and or medium, kind of like little house fighting.
Right. And it looks like all the power-ups are up. Keg and Amp up top, Belt in middle, both of the armors. Let's see who gets what.
Yeah, Crow actually boosted off from getting the belt. Good heads-up play. Blue is in position to get this. They actually are calling for it. Red guy, turn around! Oh my God, JYB!
Blue got the belt, gets boosted off from top, and I think that same guy who knocked the belt off got the boost.
Yeah.
So the Keg and Amp are still up, and Crow again contesting this boost from middle. Great play from Crow. Red needs to take advantage, though, and pick up this belt. Amp, they're going for it.
Yep, they're going to get that one.
They pull it off.
That's
JYB.
JYB. JYB actually walking up to the 2 guys boosting and looking down and didn't see him, but they were stopped anyway by the second red player. Come up with a heads up. Hey, I should look this way.
JYB looking like he is going to play a bit more conservatively now, using the Amp up top with the Keg. Takes 1 hit there, a second one stuck in the corner, and such is the issue with this map. You can get easily ping-ponged into a corner and just decimated by 2 guys.
Yeah, especially when you're
roaming.
Especially when you're playing Paleface and Rain. I mean, they're probably going to hit you even though you're going to kill them. They're still going to slowly take down your health. JYB playing a little aggressive. Look how he's hopping around the corners.
I like his routes, though. He's not straying too far. He's just checking each of the lanes where they come up to the upper position as he hits the rampage there, and he's going to drop lower.
Yep, there's armor. He's going to come back up the lift, calling for his buddy to shoot that thingy dongers. There we go. Doesn't need the health pack yet.
There. He hits the double kill. A little bit more roaming, and again, this is pretty much going to sew up the win for them.
Nice.
Hits the dominating with 40 seconds on the clock, and you take a look at the lead they've amassed, largely because of JYB's control of top right now.
Yeah, and this is good play. He's not playing too dangerous, and also it's confidence in your shot when you're going around these corners to make the shot. Because if you miss the second one, because Rain and Paleface are, you see they're hitting him, they're not enough to kill him. If they miss the second one, it's going to be too late. I don't think he needs to stack up now. There's only 20 seconds. This is going to be a red game. Good play on peak at the end here from JYB. I think the nice usage of the amp.
He might hit to
top.
godlike if they keep coming. 10 seconds left. He's at unstoppable. I think 1 up from that.
Oh,
no, he
2.
gets tagged twice. He's going to get the double team. Hits the shot and
Dead.
finally dies at the close of the map. I think that was to Rain. Denies the unstoppable, but JYB coming up huge at the end with that very nice amp run, playing just quiet, just consistent and conservative up top.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
And that was a close game until about the last 2 or 3 minutes where Red just kind of put the foot on the gas and pulled away from Blue. You take a look at the stats, a lot of it was won off the back of Paco at low. That's almost 40-point disparity there. Meanwhile, top, pretty close, may have actually gone the way of Blue, as it looks like mid was won convincingly by Chosen over Crow, and that's kind of interesting.
Yep. Crow didn't have the hottest game on Rankin versus Cafe earlier, but
And so, is he just in a slump right now? I mean, he was one of the higher priced guys, invested a lot of money,
something.
a lot of expected from him.
Yeah, JYB is first pick on his squad. I mean, he's a really good player. I'm talking to him, sometimes I think he gets lag, like he's got a brother or something who likes watching the high def YouTubes or something. I don't know.
Right.
But maybe he's just a streaky dude, and I know I've had that. That's the type of player I am. I'm extremely streaky.
I'm the same way.
One game I'm the best, and then the next day, like, my sister could beat me.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean there.
Yep. So
and consistency is one of the things that does separate, good from great, the best from the greatest, and it's like, even at the highest level, that's a huge thing. I mean, you could have the greatest skill ceiling of anyone, but if you don't hit it that often, it doesn't matter that much. You might not be as valuable as a player who, he might not have as game-breaking a game as you do occasionally, but he's going to hit consistent numbers more often. It's a bit of a balance. Obviously, we know Crow's an explosive player. But certainly he hasn't been pulling his weight. Not trying to single him out too much, but hasn't been pulling his weight so far today.
Yeah,
we'll see if
this
they can turn around on
is
Olden.
just round 1 too, so there's plenty of other fights to go. I wouldn't say that Crow is explosive. I think he's solid at controlling areas, like if you
just kind of zone defense type of thing.
Yeah, kind of like a Pete type player. Like if you put him on the hell is that map? Bridge on Campgrounds, he could do that Pete type thing where he controls the bouncer type area. It's because his aim is solid. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe people can argue with me. That's just what I see. I'm not the best. I mean, I haven't been around.
Do you know whose map picks were whose?
No, I have no idea.
Because Olden, an extremely different map, and I feel like I've seen Crow excel quite well on the low point here.
Yeah, he plays low here.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if he can amp it up, so to speak, on this. Obviously he won't be running the amp, but he can control the belt as long as they've got good timing and good teamwork. And this is a map where it's not that risky for the amp to stray from up or top and come to get that belt, as long as you time it correctly.
Yeah. All right, I think they're waiting on Rysis to come in. I'm not sure. I might check around. Monk and Pete, speaking of Pete, are actually playing on IP3. And then Morpheus and THB are playing on IP2 on our Rankin. That's a tiebreaker. I guess we'll go look at that one.
Roger that.
Let's hop in there and see what's happening. We got Sense, Ramdrop, JD, and Flow X. Losing to Vipers, Crux, Morpheus, and Dev on Rankin. And amps in play. A belt amp in Vipers.
Yeah, this one's pretty close.
Yeah, it's not too bad. 11. Vipers, though, hitting the Rampage up high. That's an annoying spawn. This blue guy spawned in front of him. Hit him 4 times? Is he good at... He's 5. Dead. I think that was Ram drop. Yeah, Vipers dropping the LOL. After getting popped that many times. And that's like, I think I touched on a little bit earlier. There's no aim mess up when you get shot, but it's disconcerting when you're getting hit. So like a monk actually got hit twice and then made a shot on somebody with the amp, and it's hard to do. You got to keep a really cool head. It's not the easiest thing. Vipers, I think, is playing a float position here for his team. They're up 10.
Yeah, if he's roaming, he's doing quite a good job of it right now.
Yeah, what's his frags at? 59? Yeah, he's the highest in the server right now. I heard Vipers actually got a lot better at sDOM before the season pugged a bunch and started getting
yeah, I think Paco said several times during the draft that if he were captain, Vipers was at the top of his list of who he wanted to pick up.
Yeah, Ramdrop actually on a rampage at the solo point and corner. 2 people rushing him now. And he's dead.
He finally taken down. And I'm sure that was a committed, timely double
Oh, yeah.
team.
They called that. That was a play. Because he was definitely making somebody have a bad day. And
Yeah,
I think
believe he's
actually
going up against Crux over there.
Yeah.
Although, despite hitting the rampage, it's not that big of a disparity there. Only about 11-point difference there for Ramdrop over Crux.
Yeah. Vipers only has 37 up high to JD's 35 and Flux's 14, but Dev has 32 up high, so definitely Vipers playing the...
Yeah, it looks like high is keeping it close for red. Meanwhile, the other 2 solo points going the way of blue, as Sense and Ram both winning by about 10 apiece on their respective points.
Yeah, amp up again. Blue boosted for it and missed. 2 red guys are there, one dodging off to the side. Whoopsie daisy. And we got another attempt from blue. That's going to be a blue amp. They're up by 2 points. Low X, I think, is the guy, the man with the purple gun. Running around. It was Valentine's Day, so I guess it's appropriate. Some purple hearts. What? Sniped! He's dead! And that was a waste of time as red made up one whole point from that wasted from Flow X. But still is anybody's game. 184, 185. 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, both teams pretty much digging in, sticking with their positions. I think that's smart. I mean, when you got a game this close, you don't really abandon what you're doing. You just try to kick it up another notch. Like I said earlier, you're trying to find that next gear if you've got one.
Yep.
As I said earlier, red making their bones on high. Meanwhile, blue, it's going to be mid and corner. It's keeping them alive.
Yeah, definitely corner with Ramdrop. 72 now to 50 on Crux. And I think that was an orchestrated play. Viper's going all the way over to corner to stop Ramdrop on the rampage. He may need to do that a little bit more. It's tough when you're floating from top all the way over to corner because it's a large map to run over there. Maybe on a spawn, hit him a couple times, and then suicide and go back.
Yeah, it is tough because, as we said, that's the point where they're actually winning the day for themselves is on top. So he can't spend too much time going away and leaving poor Dev on his lonesome up top. Especially against the likes of JD and FlowX, they're going to take quick advantage and retake the point. And that's kind of a point that it's a little bit harder to retake once you lose it.
Which point?
The high point.
Yeah, it's a weird point. I haven't actually played it myself, but it's like tiny ledge, and you're fighting 2 people up there, and you get bumped down. I can see it being super frustrating.
It's like a more claustrophobic version of bridge on campgrounds, you know.
Well, I would liken it to a Bertha.
There's no margin for error at all. You get dinked one. Yeah, Bertha's a good analogy.
Bertha, except the point would be in that middle of that bridge where you keep getting boosted off instead of like on that kind of safe point, and that's super annoying.
It's just really easy to deny it, you know.
Yeah, amp up now, 210 to 209. Still anybody's game. Ramdrop still destroying down low. That's a fail boost from blue.
That's a tough boost to hit. One of the tougher ones we see on maps.
Yeah, so Sin's actually winning middle against Morpheus. So it's definitely solo points from blue, winning their game, while top going to Vipers and Dev. And I think if I'm blue, I would just keep amps down, let my solo points win. That's what I'd rely on right now. As long as red doesn't get amps, but now red does get an amp as I talk. Vipers, I think, gets hit once, twice from Flow X. Gets denied on the belt and shot as he was falling, but I think that was Crux. No, that was Ramdrop, I believe. I don't know who it was.
Look at Ram stepping out of the corner point hitting a spree and +1. And I like this kind of forward defense that Ram's playing. He's not even staying inside by the point. He's contesting the doorway. Just staying, come at me, bro, and winning.
Come at me, bro. 232, 2021 as Blue is starting to pull away. Their solo points definitely winning the game for them. And that's kind of what you need. I mean, sometimes you just rely on someone carrying you and you just try to keep the bad things out of the enemy's hands if you're playing the double point and losing. 237, 223. Vipers still on the roam for his squad, but I think he's cooled down a bit. Coming into mid to tag it back, and he's getting hit in the back by Morpheus. Wins that one. Now he needs to get out of here. There's another blue guy here. Why? Now he's trying to leave again. Oh, Morpheus again! Dead.
It's just zerging the point right there.
Yeah, I think they're actually matching the roam to wherever Vipers goes. When top is not in the enemy color, which is good play from them. Vipers back down low. 3 red at this one point.
Yeah, that's definitely a miscue by red. You can't have a lot of those in close games like this. You know, they're within 10. They're trying to get over the hump and get the lead with the final roughly 3.5 minutes. And you've got 3 guys on one side of the map isolated from the other 2 points. And, you know, those are precious seconds you won't get back.
Nope. See, Vipers right now are helping fight Randrop over in corner. Which is okay. It's just so far away from the other points that, you know, he's going to lose top a bit. Yeah, I think he just... If I was going to play the float position, I would only fight 2... I would only try to control 2. I wouldn't try to control all 3 because there's too much running around time. As there's an amp in play.
Well, Viper's going right at the amp, but he pays for it with his life.
Yeah, FlowX hitting that shot. FlowX has 2-3 shots in him now. He's got 10 health. Runs. Gonna check this belt. Ooh, the belt! No! Denied!
Oh, he gets denied the belt. Beautiful shot there. Who was that, Ram? Was that Ram that took him out?
I think so. I think it actually might have been Morpheus because he's playing mid. All these girl skins are throwing me off. I don't understand.
It is. And Red just hasn't been able to chip away at this lead. Blue keeping it in the double-digit territory, roughly seems 12, 14-point lead right now. But Red has all 3. The FlowX picking up this belt with 40 HP.
Yeah, Viper's hitting a killing spree, but the Blue is doing such a good job of getting quickly to their points that I think the Viper's roam is nullified. See, like, he needs to go back up top, grit this, go back mid, go down. Like, just run through here. I think is better. He's going over to help corner, and I think that's dropping too much time. Corner's got to be kind of on island. But then you got to think about it that, you know, Ramdrop is destroying Crux in corner. And
yeah, so maybe that's where you can gain the most ground if you do help. But it is on an island, like you said. It's a bit easier to rotate between 2 points than try to cover all 3.
Yeah, it's
kind of overextend yourself.
Yeah, just like in Nitro, you don't want to try and cover 3 points because it's too much.
Typically, like you'll see Bertha and Flo or Flo in corner. As Ramdrop hits the spree, no surprise they're going to go up top and get the armor. Minute 30 on the clock, about a 10-point lead. Red's been flirting with it, but they just can't narrow the gap, and now's their last opportunity to make a final stand, try to stage a comeback.
Yep. Ramdrop doing a great job in his spot, along with Sins doing good in middle with 80 to 54. And, you know, I think what needed to happen is they needed to make a switch in the beginning, and maybe the first 5 minutes, put somebody else on corner, put somebody else in mid. And, you know, what else can you do? Somebody's saying Morpheus doesn't know this map. It could be it. Morpheus doesn't play a lot of sDOM. 1 minute left. Amp is up. I don't think anyone's going to go for it. This should be blue game unless they completely choke for some crazy reason or Ramdrop lags out. Who knows? But that's 2 red up high. They're going to try and give this amp to Vipers with the belt. I think it's too little too late. 280, 294 to 278. That's going to be, I believe this is a tiebreaker. I think Rankin's a tiebreaker map to red. I mean, to blue. And whatever THB is, I don't know.
I think you made a good
two hot
point.
Booties.
I feel like they may have had some personnel opportunities, I guess, red team.
Yeah.
Probably should have had Vipers or Morph on corner against Ramdrop.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe put Morpheus on corner because he's got the frag power, and even if you don't have the knowledge, I mean, once you figure out how to get there, you just try and, you know, pew-pew, Hulk Smash, he says in chat.
And then you could have probably
fight Ramdrop.
Honestly, I almost feel like on this map on upper, you put your, I don't want to call them the weaker players, but not as frag heavy as Vipers and Morph. Put Devin Crux up there. You don't even have to try to get the amp. It's a tough amp to get. You can just bait your opponents. And then the onus is really on Vipers and Morph to win the one-on-one points.
Yep. Oh, it's Trigger Happy Bunnies. That's Trigger Happy Bunnies. I like Two Hot Booties. I'm gonna name them that.
I agree.
Yep, so that was the tiebreaker. Blue taking that one, the Two Hot Booties dropping it down. Let's hop into Snaky Poo and Knockout Dad are playing in IP3 up in there on Typhoon. I have to download this map. What a noob.
Damn, Grins, yeah, with the time, I'm already in, and it's 127, 120, continuing the theme of close games. It's like as soon as you pick a map, we join it. It's close.
Yeah, I
We got
love it.
Knockout Dad, Bug, Pete, and Sauron going up against Ulo, Snaky Poo, Ravenix, and Monk. So everybody with their, looks like their top lineup, and they're duking it out. 100% of the shield belts going to blue team at Snaky Poo and company. Dead even on the amps, 50% apiece. Kegs going slightly in favor of red. And it looks like on pit, it's Ulo versus Knockout Dad. Pretty much dead even right there. On hideout, that's the midpoint. It's Snaky versus Bug. That's a hell of a matchup. Pretty close there. 48-46. And then, of course, on the ledge, Sauron and Pete versus Ravenix and Monk. And just really, this is a case where it's even on every single point, Grins.
Yeah, this is a really nice game. This is I like Typhoon as a map. It's kind of frustrating to play, especially if you're a newer player, because it's very fast-paced, but it's not in-your-face fast-paced, because you can get hit from anywhere because it's so open. And it looks like there's walls everywhere, but there's not. If you know all the angles, you can do crazy stuff. That was a nice amp deny from red onto blue. Amp is off the table for another minute and a half or whatever the timing is. Ravenix up high. We've all seen Ravenix play high and seen some amazing amp runs from him. He had a squad. I don't remember the name, but he was trying to carry. It didn't work out that season, but right now he's playing with some really high-powered players in Monk and Snaky Poo, and Ulo is maybe not the highest fragger, but he's a smart player. They are losing this one, though, but just barely. I think Bug is definitely going to be playing hideout. He is 53 to 53. He's neck and neck with Snaky. Wow, Snaky Poo. Snaky Poop. Most explosive player in Unreal Tournament.
Lead there.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a versatile player. The guy can do it all in every mod, and this is, I mean, the guy doesn't really practice. I mean, he pugs,
he's like Knob.
But you never see him. I don't know how often you see him in pugs and scrims and stuff go full bore. Hell, even in matches he takes plays off.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see him perform at such a high level, just when he doesn't have to push it as hard as he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him choke in 1v1 weapons, but that's kind of a different type of thing. I would almost put that on a different type of skill set. But he is kind of like a knob.
He doesn't have the patience to play it completely the way you should, you know.
Yeah. He's too explosive. We got an amp on blue here.
But it's still neck and neck, 164, 162.
Oh, Monk. 40 hit. 40 kills. He's going for the belt here. This is going to be belt on the amp for Monk. Monk has a chance to swing it here. They're only down by 2 points. Takes so many damage. Oh, my God.
Knockout Dad came out of nowhere, just ninja'd up behind Monk. Tooks him in the butt several times and makes short work of that amp belt run. That could have been disastrous for red, but huge frag by Knockout Dad, who's leading the charge for his team. Top fragging in the server right now. Going huge is Knockout Dad.
Yeah, Knockout Dad is actually always has had a really good shot. And he's got a different kind of dodge style, which I think throws off some people's aim. A lot of ducking thrown in, a lot of like random hops.
Right.
If you've ever played him. But
it's kind of that unorthodox movement that people aren't used to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as drastic as, say, a Bug that has like a weird stutter step.
Yeah.
That throws you off, but it's different. It works for him. He surprises you with his he's got good zone control, like a good zone control player, like being able to stay in one spot, move a little bit, and then destroy everything in it, which is really
just
good.
Like circle strafing. You're just like, what? He didn't even move, and I can't hit him.
Yeah, and I would put like a Pete player Pete would be the best type of zone control type of player. And it's on sDOM it really works. ICTF it's kind of because you got to keep moving unless you're playing D, so it's not as
useful, right?
Yeah, you don't see it as much.
Not a good utility, but it's perfect for sDOM, obviously.
Oh, sDOM, it's great. Yeah, so 189, 183. Amp, not too far off. Amp up now. Knockout dead, 75, leading his squad in frags up high.
Ulo keeping it close with Knockout. Dead even with him on keg pickups as well, 2 apiece. Both of them at 48, 49-ish efficiency. And looks like Knockout winning by just about 5 on that point.
Yeah, Amp up. Blue trying to hold this with Monk. Goes down. Sauron up high.
That's just insane. It's dead even on every point. 195, 195 right now.
All right, here's a possible swing. Could be the Amp here as Pete's got it. He's going to drop down low with the keg.
He's going up the elevator. Takes 1 hit from, I'm not sure who that was.
I think Monk hit him once. But he's up. It's 199, 198. Both going to crack 200 right now. Pete getting the kill. Hits the spree. Gets knocked off. Double hit. Dead from Ravenix. And that
big time frag retakes the point and takes out the Amp, and another denial from Ravenix.
Yeah,
he's playing stalwart defense up top right now.
And this is crazy. This is like even the Amp didn't have that much of an impact. I mean, yeah, everybody dropped low and had a party down low for just a bit, but that's it. I mean, we're still dead even. Blew up a little bit, even though Red got the Amp, and you know that's all there. This is gonna go down to the wire. I think since they're both really good lineups. On an open map where people have lots of good aim, this is gonna be close.
Yeah, no one's gonna be able to distance themselves. I think, like you said, it is gonna come down to the wire, or perhaps, maybe someone like a Monk, or I don't know, maybe a Peter Knockout Dad could pull out. No, it won't be Knockout because he's low, but someone can pull out a crazy Amp run.
Yep. And
all it takes is one, and even if it's just a minute long, could be the difference in this game.
Yep. So. With the Amp run, I think what needs to happen is somebody, say Pete gets it, Pete drops low, gets keg, gets belt, and then able to come up to make and stays alive for like a minute up on maybe the side ledge or something like that. That's really would be what swings the game. And what would happen is they'll lose points in the beginning because he's gone from his point to stack up, but then he has to come back and make that worth by destroying everybody in middle.
Or on the flip side, if the opponent decides to hunt him, you know, they expend energy trying to, all right, we got to take this Amp out. We got to take this Amp out. Meanwhile, he's not at a point. You know, they're looking for him. Kind of a misdirection type of thing is Blue maintaining about a 3-point lead. And finally, Red getting the belt. Blue had 100% control until that belt. Looks like Sauron ultimately getting that one.
Well, to be honest.
Pick up for Red.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah.
Who is it that has, it's almost the top of the elevator. Trying to contest this Amp and takes him out. That was actually Sauron with the Amp.
Okay, I missed it. So the Amp run down. But I was gonna say with the belt, it's almost like a judgment call because a lot of people are like, well, down low should take the belts. I don't really think so. Down low is a kamikaze point, and it erased. I don't even want to stack up. I don't stack anything down low. Like I get the 3 vials in front of you and I just stay on it. And people like run off.
Depending on your spot.
Yeah, if you drop down and get the keg,
and you could get the vials over there, but not much else because it's like a dungeon point. You can't leave it for long, otherwise you're going to lose too much ground.
Yep. And like I've been out-fragged by like 40 and still won that point just because the guy's like, oh, I better go get this health pack. Well, you've lost, buddy. That's my
I'm going to sit here and collect 10 points while you're roaming the map looking for stuff. This is an H1Z1. You don't need to be farming.
You don't need loot. And so I mean, but low can keep track of the belt. That's fine. But really, it needs to be people spawning and then running up top. Should grab it. Is my opinion. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? 246, 242. 3 minutes remaining in this one. Hey, OwnedWell event has started.
Score. It looks like Knockouts still maintaining his roughly 5 to 7 point lead over Ulo at Pit. Mickey actually has the lead over Bug by 5. But keeping it close again up on the ledge is Sauron and Pete versus Ravenix and Monk. Ravenix doing the most damage individually on ledge at 57 DOM points.
So 9 down low. Hideout is basically even. I mean, like 4-point difference. Ledge just
now Red's starting to pull away a little bit.
Yep. Blue's been in the lead for a while now. Now Red taking it.
Yeah, they closed down that distance and they had a 2-point lead, but Amp is up. Monk sees it, but he knows he can't go for it yet because he's down to 40 HP, but there's 2 Red. They take him out.
That's Pete.
They get the Amp. That's huge. 2:20 on the clock.
Pete's got it. Drops immediately back to his point. This could be the swing, and I guess since they're already in lead, it could be the ending in game.
Yeah,
he's got
put the boot on the
135.
throat right now, and he's standing his ground on the top of the ramp, but gets double teamed. Ravenix picking up a huge frag there.
Yeah, second shutdown by Ravenix on what could have been really disastrous 4-point game with 1:50. And I think people just got it. That's it. They're just going to play their points. I mean, what else can you do? You just go as fast as you can to your point. Cut or kill, kill, kill.
You don't really have to worry about the amp.
Yeah,
I mean,
all these
maybe
guys
they'll
are
come up
sweating
with like
too.
30 seconds left, but at that point, I would just abandon it. Because it's coming down to just Dom points, still under double digits. 273, 265, although Red may take a 10-point lead here. They're flirting with it.
Yeah, Monk we're watching Monk now trying to get back up top, but it's just not.
Yeah, it's such a dogfight up there up top.
Yeah, they
My
finally
gosh.
actually take control. Ravenix getting a nice double kill. Monk coming up the back, and they could hold this.
But Blue has Pit and Hideout, but Pit goes the way of Blue now.
It's gonna be. We got 1:10 seconds. Monk missing a couple. The minute right
What
now.
Blue
10
really
point.
needs right now is for Ulo to come up with a big play here at the end.
Yeah,
Pick up
down
a few
low.
points at Pit if they can.
And that's really what it's going to come down to, because these guys are now, like, everybody's just sweating bullets and just being like, just take your points, take your points, take your points. And we're going to see something down in the 20-second mark. Wherever they spawn, they're just going to take that point because it's so close. 10-point game. I think Blue's
Blue's
going to
getting some
take it.
points up
30
top
seconds.
and Hideout, but Red reclaims the top. The amp is up.
Yeah, Monk
But with
is
30 seconds remaining, they probably won't go for it.
Yeah, Monk needs to get a double kill here to take top. Ooh, they rock him off. Ravenix is coming up to help him. I think it's going to be too late. 10-point game. Blue's going to hang on to it. I mean, Red's going to hang on to it. On Typhoon.
Oh, Sauron comes up top, retakes it. Again, the amp will just sit there. It will not go for it. Can't expend the resources.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be
Red
it.
digging in at the end of this map. The final 2 minutes comes from behind, retakes the lead, and picks up the win. And I think largely off the back of a 15-point victory for Knockout Dad in the pit.
Yeah, and that's really, I mean, that's it, because everything else was so close. And Typhoon can swing like that, but you can't really help low. You got to let them just fight it out and hope that your low guy can stick in the game. I think a switch of players would just have been disastrous at that point.
Uno kept it close. Knockout Dad was playing lights out, and he had a good amp denial, too. I think he took out Monk at one point, who had an amp belt, or was going for the belt. It's just one of those things. They couldn't pick up the slack at Hideout or Upper.
Yeah. So I hopped into the Paco game. Looks like...
It's on Olden, right? We left that one while they were waiting.
Yeah, and they don't have much time left on it. 13 seconds.
Close, though. Oh, yep. That's
going to go to Red.
And like I suspected, Crow coming up with a much bigger performance here on Olden, and it looks like, let me get the stats up. I think he played, actually played mid this time, not low. Got 98 points there, most on points in the server, although it was close against Xenoscythe. Looks like he only won by 11 there. JYB playing low against, not sure, looks like Chosen and winning that position. I guess Paco, looks like Paco was the floater, probably the main amp runner. Yeah, he did have 7 amps, so Red getting the victory on Olden, largely off of a big-time improved performance by Crowmaniac, their top pick.
Stepping up. Okay, I'm hopped into another server. I don't know which one it was, but looks like Rummy, Humpty are in there with Scream, Ramdrop, Blackout, and Sins on Olden. And are they leaving? Are we done? What's going on here?
Let's see if I can get some info in chat.
Yeah, I think a second round of regs should be starting.
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Sweet daddy. Anyway,
Keep rolling.
Yep. So if anybody's lagging, like I'm gonna point out again, you can watch me on Steam. I think Knob has a link somewhere. Did not start yet. I don't know. Everybody seems to be thinking that it looks all right, so that's good. I haven't seen any complaints about lagging out. So finally, Twitch, finally coming together. What the hell, man?
About damn time. Oh,
Hot damn.
Hot diggity dog.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm streaming at some outrageous bitrate, so
Right.
I don't know.
Not at all.
Next
I'm
week,
sure.
next week I should be able to stream to 2 different services. Hopefully, I'm
Sweet.
working on it. So I'll have like a super high quality stream and then like some crap stream.
Yeah,
Should
we
be
can
good.
set up multiple streams for you guys. We want everybody to be able to watch live and then have a good high quality VOD for the people who can't make it, you know?
Darn tootin'.
And a lot of time the players want to watch the game afterwards. I know captains like to go back and do a little bit of scouting, you know?
Yeah, they want to watch me talk smack about them.
Yeah.
PM me later, tell me I'm an idiot.
Oh, Mr. Grins. So mean.
What's wrong with you, dick?
You didn't know what he's talking about. Horrible caster.
I hear he smells like dung.
He plays like dung too. That's why I cast, because you can't play anymore.
Oh, that's too close to home.
Rip the dream.
Is that Pongo? Pacho?
Yeah, Poncho's whining. He's wondering where Paco is.
Yeah.
Where's Paco? Where's Paco?
Oh, happy doggy. We need to, if we get a, we should get a Poncho emote. Or OwnedWell if we get
Yeah.
partnered.
He's a persistent feller.
So we're chillaxing, buddies. Waiting for the players to get in. I would like to see an Olden.
Yeah, Olden's one of those, I don't know, it's one of those maps that players can be pretty different than they are on some of the more staple Dom maps. I'd say this one gets less burn in pugs and such than some of the other maps.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have guys that are like really exceptional at it, and where you're gonna have other guys that are like, which way do I go, or like what's the deal?
Yeah.
Like even some of the subtle stuff, like hitting the buttons for timing the belt, or the hitting the buttons for the elevator, all that kind of stuff. Having just the timing on that down is going to separate the close teams.
Yeah. Talk again, Monk. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Am I too
Oh, hey,
loud?
Monk.
Too quiet? Hello.
No, I fixed it. Okay. I was also going to say about Olden, I think a lot of times it's not played in pugs is specifically because of the midpoint.
Absolutely.
It's not, it's so frustrating to get to it when you're playing against somebody who has really good aim or knows how to play it. So a lot of
It's
people,
a leftover point. There aren't many people that say, "Yeah, I want mid."
yeah, it's like when you try to play peak. Sometimes you switch the map to peak and everybody's like, "Hey, I want to play high," or "Hey, I want to play mid," and then nobody knows how to play low. So then you got to switch
Right.
the map again.
Yeah.
The thing about mid on here is if you got a good mid player, he's also locking off one of those routes to high. So
Yes, exactly.
he's doing a hell of a lot of help for your team. In the All-Star game, Ramdrop beat Pete by about 40 points on mid, and Pete is an amazing player, but
Yeah.
Ramdrop is something else on this midpoint.
Yeah, helps out
I'm not
high by
surprised
knocking
they
him
picked
off.
it.
And then you just like you don't like when your top players are just frustrated. It puts them
Oh,
on
so
tilt.
annoyed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't do
absolutely.
anything about it. Then you give up an amp and you're like, you gotta help me out.
I mean, I've been
Monk,
on
would you,
Paco's team where he feels like his team are letting him down on another control point.
Well, speaking
What's
of that, what would you think of that Typhoon game you just got out of, where it was pretty much neck and neck on every point the entire
Yeah,
game?
we lost low by like 15 in the end, so that was
Yep.
really
Yeah,
but that was
ultimately,
it.
that
It was
the
so
difference.
close.
Yeah,
It was
right
just
there, his
one
knockout
point.
dad kind of pulled
We
away.
were the same on Tempest. We
I missed
Ulo
Tempest,
lost,
dang.
Ulo lost low by like 35, I think.
It seemed like pretty good matchups for the most part, but yeah, was he up against the knockout dad in that one as well?
Yeah.
it
No,
just
he
seemed
was
like-
up against Sauron.
Oh, okay.
He's just he's been struggling this week. I don't know what's wrong with him. He can't get his settings right. He's not been performing the way he was pre-draft. Game.
It happens. Tempest is a good. I
we
like
have
watching Tempest
Couple
because
weeks to fix it.
it's a
Yeah,
it's a
it's not
different
like
map.
you got smashed. I mean,
That's
you just
amazing.
barely lost it.
We lost by 3, yeah, but we were leading the whole game, so it hurts more.
Oh,
Yeah, right. I mean,
It
like,
hurts.
2 minutes left. They just
Yeah.
pulled ahead and it
Yeah.
didn't look back.
yeah. So we got the the hot booties versus ampersand. Is that what we're doing
go
here?
with
Your
that.
team name is better.
We'll go
What
with
did, you,
that.
what did you call my team name?
I don't know what was your. I don't remember your tag to be honest. I think I just called it
doesn't-
Monk's
doesn't
team.
work in spec.
Let's call it Monk's team.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your team name is. It's just Monk's team. Even if you're not the captain, it's Monk's team.
Yeah, there's Monk.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the
I'm
Hot
gonna be
Booties
Teeth.
want one more player in.
Have you seen many of the games? I mean, obviously you've been playing and such, but
I haven't seen anything else. I mean, I checked the stats out, but we went to tiebreaker in our dev game, so we pretty much went straight into reg after that. So I haven't.
yeah, I was gonna
really
say
had a
probably
chance.
too early to talk about any surprises or teams underperforming, overperforming. But
Yeah, I
with
mean,
the
there's
stats, we'll be
couple
able to
results
talk about
were
that a
expected.
lot.
I'll have a look at the stats once this kicks off and see what's happened so far.
Yep. I'm actually gonna go grab a water. I'll be right back.
Roger. Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Grins needs. He's been talking
Alright, I might as well look
quite
at
a
the
deal.
stats while we're waiting here.
Yeah, we've been talking with Scott on ways to like try to get stat updates like on the stream, like have just like a little pop up on just some of the basic stats, like hey, so and so dropped X amount of Dom points in their match, or something like that. Spice it up a little bit. That is one of the coolest things about the sDOM season and the stats that come out. The graphs and the Dom points, all of that is really cool to take a look
I'm looking
at.
to try and do some sort of weekly stats like I did last time around.
Nice, yeah, I'm sure people appreciate that, especially the players. Gives you something else to fight for beyond just wins,
Yeah. It's definitely a good idea. We should try and work out a way to... Oh, we have a click in. We started.
Yep, they've gotten it in already neck and neck. Belt's still on the board. It looks like the amp might be as well. Yeah, the amp's still up, but red in position to get it. And it will be Blackout getting the first amp, but immediately taken out. I think that was Sense who got that frag there.
Only was.
Gets the double kill and takes the point. Big time play there by Sense to stop that amp.
So what are your predictions for this matchup?
This one, it's hard to say, but I think with having that boss mid player, like you said, Ram Drop, it probably going to make some serious headway there as far as just Dom points, and then also assist with upper, which should allow his teammates to get the amp as well. I'd lean towards blue, but at the same time, red has so many heavy hitters: Rum, Humpty, Blackout, Cud.
There's no weakness on that.
Yeah, exactly.
That
There's
red
no
team.
one
It's
you could exploit.
It's an all-rounded team.
It seems like if blue is going to win this, it's going to have to be off the backs of power-up control and then really exerting some force for that amp.
It looks a lot like your traditional sort of Kyle teams. Like everybody's a well-rounded player. No weaknesses. No like real standout players, but everybody can do their job.
Communication will be good. And more than that, depending on position, I mean, they seem like they have a lot of versatility. They have several guys who they feel comfortable giving the amp to and letting them roam.
Yep.
If they need to make position switches, they can, although I don't anticipate them needing to. They'll probably
I would
understand.
imagine Blackout's going to be getting most of those amps if he's playing up there with Cud.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
see-
Cud's kind of a utility player.
We see Ram Drop breaking into an 11-point lead already on that midpoint that we were talking about.
Yeah, watching Humpty with the struggles trying to get up that little thing. He's coming in. He's checking a
Hasn't got-
corner. There he goes. Finally gets one. Almost snipe before he can switch that, which would have been just salty.
Humpty probably trying to pull out his flashbang before walking in there.
Yeah, probably. Calling everybody's in the overpass.
I'm
or
sure he's
what the
doing
hell.
the stutter step, the AD has reset his recoil. It's like, you can move and shoot in this game, Humpty.
Yeah, amp up for now. Red is actually in control at this point. They lose one. Blackout, the only man left, gets hit once, takes down the blue player. Hopping over to grab the health pack, coming back. We got a blue one attacking Blackout with a nice hit. They definitely need to give the amp to Blackout because he's going to be the playmaker up top.
Absolutely. We saw him at the end of that dev game just clinching that win on Lime Time there. Actually, Blue's going to get this amp right now.
Yep, he's going for it. No denial. He's up there, killed.
Ooh,
Whoa!
instantly. Nice shot from Blackout from way over there where the keg was.
And here you see Humpty already calling for some help over at the midpoint.
Yeah,
to be
you
honest,
see
he
that-
needs
that
it. I've watched him.
Jesus.
Ram Drop 69 FE.
24-6 on that midpoint. Lower, going to Rummy by 2 against Supreme. Supreme, good fragger, a little bit slow on the footwork. Rummy,
Really, not the best comms-wise or footwork, but really good fragger.
yeah, he's got sick aim, but he's gonna go against Rummy, who's got I think the whole package. So
gosh.
it's going to be tough.
Ram drops retakes, to use another CS analogy, are just insane on mid. He gets there so fast and hits all the shots coming from the lower ground on Humpty. Although Humpty hits a nice shot there to get the quick retake, but thus far it's been Ram who's done a better job at being defensive, holding the point, and then retaking it when he loses it.
Yeah, he's going to hit the switch to try help his open the shield bell area, but we're going to see him kill Humpty and then almost hit the top guy. I would seeing Ram drop coming around the corner. What he's doing with his crosshair placement's good. He's holding one corner, hoping that Humpty's going to be there, and so far he's chosen correctly multiple times.
Ooh.
And then the follow up on the ping pong.
Yeah, he strings together shots quite well.
It's after you hit that first shot, it's just
you got to hit the
together,
next
it's
two,
exactly
next
what he's
one or
doing.
two that you need. Absolutely.
And that's a quick 10-point lead from Blue. Off the top of this, Humpty trying to drop down from on high,
Considering
changing.
they're winning mid by 22, the red team not letting it get out of hand just yet. Rummy winning on low. They're winning up top by a little, well, by 1.
But that's the thing. That's all it takes. Grins alluded to this in the earlier games we were casting about Humpty. They're probably not expecting Humpty to beat Ramdrop on mid.
No, they wouldn't.
That's a tall order. Just keep it as close as you can. We
absolutely.
know it's going to be frustrating. We know it's going to suck, but
Amps up, kegs up. Blackout trying to dodge for that keg, gets taken down by Scream. They may maybe a blue amp right here if they can get another guy up here.
I think Humpty knocked a guy off that was on the
that was a
second
good
blue
shot.
guy, so
Amp's
it's going to
still
be
there.
a battle.
One-on-one on the
Two blue
point.
up
Blue
there right
coming
now.
out
Is he
on
going to
top.
stay low and try and deny it?
Oh,
He
the-
does stay low and try and deny it. Great play by Blackout. It's predictable, but that's a really smart play.
Yeah, another blue guy knocked off, so that's still nobody's amp. Denial from
Reem chilling up here on his own.
Cud getting knocked off there. Two blues now. They're going to go ahead and get it over. Whoa! Oh, I thought he fell off.
Oh, that was weird.
Almost missed it.
Yeah, Sin's dropping down right into a red player. Not killed, though. See if I can find Sins before he's a dead man.
He's up top collecting some
we go.
vials. It looks like he's
Vials.
trying to get
None
back
of
up to
those
full
vials
health.
inside that lamp there. Gonna get shot at by this guy over at the other end.
Hit actually
Doesn't
drops
make a
down
shot.
low for some odd reason. He needs to get back up
That's
top.
not what Humpty needs.
Yeah, no, an amp in addition to ramp up a bit. Something
Yeah,
big.
oh.
Great play by Blackout. Another 3 really nice shots. Benson was bunnying away there as he was trying to jump off, but just getting dinged by Blackout 3 times.
Yep, so 104,
Opened up a
83.
20-point lead though.
Yeah, I
Not-
feel Rummy needs to be distancing himself a bit more from Supreme down low, although it's easy to say that. He's up by 11 here. But
Yeah,
with
with-
Ramdrop doing so well on mid, somebody
It's
needs to
tough,
start pulling
yeah.
ahead on one of those other 2 points. Otherwise, this is just a
Have we
lost
seen
battle.
a switch?
Yeah, I
Have we
think
seen-
that's Rummy in mid now.
We got Rummy at mid now.
I think so.
I think they've thrown in the towel on the Humpty mid plan.
Yeah, he's down low now, and he'll be going up against who
Supreme.
is that? Supreme. Yeah, he gets the belt. Good start by Humpty on lower here.
Yeah, good comms real quick after their quick retake from Rummy. We got 2 blue. Actually, Ramdrop actually getting the boost to get his teammate up there. His teammate died, but that's sick play though. I like it.
That's an item old trick. You kind of have 2 mid, you boost the other guy up top to try and help out. It's not really seen as much in sDOM, but it has a place.
Ramdrop is just ruthless on that midpoint, taking orders. Rummy doing a bit more damage there, getting to the point quicker, but still winning the day. Here's another quick retake.
Doesn't even get a
Ramdrop
shot off at Ramdrop before he's killed.
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
miss.
Ramdrop actually predicted him coming down there, and Ramdrop hit him as he dropped from up top. Wait,
Yep.
that's
So,
play I wouldn't be able to do. Tell you
The
that.
good news for the red team right now, even if they're feeling a bit demoralized, is that they're not going to have to play Odin again against this team.
That's true. Sans right now has an amp. He's gonna drop down low, looking
he
for
missed-
armor.
Did he miss that armor? Did Humpty steal that armor off him?
I don't know. We can't tell in spec, but Sins is on a killing spree with only 68 health. Gonna try and hop in here. No vials.
Ooh.
No
Somebody's
Aquafina
been
vials.
up here eating all the treats as he boosts his teammate and then dodges mid.
Ah!
Then Raph drops steals his health back. What is going on? This is
Now the
he
amp's
didn't,
in
red
he
again.
didn't have the armor because he took full damage from that hit. So Humpty accidentally stole the armor off him, and then a couple of questionable plays with the dodge down, the health
Yeah.
pack steal.
See, I mean, well, it looks like Sins isn't used to getting the amp because he doesn't have like a set route. Like a lot of amp players will have a set route to stack up. He kind of grabs it and then kind of like looks around. So
Yeah.
probably maybe not used to it.
He's definitely been a 1v1 player every time he's played sDOM. He's played sDOM I mean, he actually played with me in one of the clan-based seasons, but we just put him on all the 1v1 spots again.
Yeah. It's definitely something you need to practice on once you get the amp, because it's such a...
that mid boost is definitely going to be a sense initiative, though. He's a very experienced IDOM player. Won Nations Cup, Euro Cups, you name it on clan base. He did it when it came to IDOM.
I did it! Watching Sins actually hanging down low for a while here. I don't know if he's trying to help out his buddy or if they've switched him up, because he continuously is dropping low. He's dropping low again to take the points, so they probably switched again on blue. It might be in a response to Rummy switching with Humpty. Trying to see who else is high now.
Sure.
Or we got Scream in middle.
I can't imagine they're taking a ram drop off mid. Maybe they're just stacking the mid with the couple up there. The amp is up. I feel like what Red need is a blackout amp run to get themselves back in this.
Yep. So Rummy is up high now.
Oh, he gets boosted
with
down.
Scream against him.
I think
and
Rummy
Blackout.
is still playing mid. I think he was just spawning up top and was just, because the amp was up, he was kind of waiting up there. I think.
I don't know. Keg and amp is up. Blackout knocked off out of the play right now. We got 2 blue. It's going to be Sins again. This time they're going to give it... No, they're going to give it to Sins.
Up.
Sins sees the keg.
Gonna try and
No!
get the keg. Oh, Cloud doesn't see the keg, but does get the boost down.
Yep. Okay, Sins coming back up. I think he's going to get the
Blackout
keg.
takes it from the amp.
Blackout! No, misses
And
the
then
second
gets a
follow-up.
couple of
He's going to
shots at
chase him. Blackout chasing the amp. Shoot the wrong guy. Shot the amp once. Amp's going to spin around on him. He's going to die.
go.
Double team. 168, 152.
That was unfortunate. That amp steal. Keg steal.
Yeah.
They put it back to 15, so the switch has kind of worked a bit because they were about 25 down. And that was during a blue amp run as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where everybody's playing now. So we said Rummy is still mid. I see Sins in mid now. What is going on?
Sense is just jumping down there to help out, and then he's getting boosted back up.
Ah.
That's the sort of the IDOM meta. Is you always try to retake mid with 2 people because it's so hard to retake it unless you ram drop.
Yeah, yeah. Rummy is still playing mid. Okay, there we go.
Once you've got your guy retaking it, you boost him back up high, and he helps get that top point.
Insanity, man. Next level sDOM play.
Yeah, actually, an item used to play 2 mid.
That's
Both crouched in the corner at the back.
screw that, man. I quit.
Yeah. Anything just not as much room for tactics.
True, because one guy's immediately dead. Blackout doing a good job holding up high. 176 and 182, though. Mid is still going to ram drop 75 against Humpty. He finished with 12 when he left. And then, but you know, mid's only got 27 to Rummy. I think maybe they should have kept Rummy low if he was winning. I don't think he was dominating Supreme though. I think it was it wasn't that good. Lower is 54 on Supreme.
5-point gap now. Look at this.
Yeah, 32 and 33 on Rummy. So Humpty's doing better on low after the switch up.
Amps up. No red to be seen again. Don't know where
Yeah,
they're
2
at.
blue. That's going to go back to Sins. It's hit once.
Let's get dinged once.
Dead.
Ooh,
Wow.
another dead amp. There's really been nothing amp-wise.
But that's going to go in the favor of blue because they're winning. They don't need the amps right now.
You
It's
see
red.
all this mid help from Sense. They're actually leaking a lot of points on upper. Red team on 77 upper points right now. Blue team just on 54, so they're losing upper by a good 20, 25. Ramdop obviously is winning mid, but they're gonna have to keep doing that by the same margin if they're gonna win this at this rate.
Yeah. Watching blue is definitely in control up top right now. For a minute, Blackout's going to come in and change it up. Rummy finally taking down Ravendrop to keep some control. In middle, 207, 197, getting closer. And really, Blackout has got to be the playmaker for his team. They need to get an amp on him, and I think then we'll see some plays going on.
Absolutely. Oh, Blackout with the
team boost.
Teammate off play.
Yeah, he's going to take mid for his buddies, though. No, they're just going to suicide. They're not going to try the fancy boost up top.
Fancy.
fancy. I'm really hoping the next amp goes to a red. We can see some plays happening right here. I think blue.
Absolutely,
I think it
agree.
doesn't happen. Blue is going to take this just off the back of Ram Drop, being so beastly.
They're gonna need an amp. They haven't had one though, and they have put it back, so you never know.
I think the switch up stopped them from actually losing too many points. Is what happened. So
Yeah, but they had it. They had it to within 3 points just then. Blue have put it back to 17 though.
here's the amp up to red. They're in
Amps
position.
up. Do they realize? No.
I don't know.
I don't think they do. They haven't had one all game. They haven't got the timing on it. Both of them have run off. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Blackout
Cud's
trying to
probably
help
gonna
mid
spot it
died.
right now. Cud's definitely going to see that's up, but he's going to get killed.
Oh,
Unless
Blackout.
Blackout turns quickly.
Blackout
Boost
knocked
that
off
guy
one. Amp's still going to blue though, and that's going to be another couple minutes before they can even attempt to get another one. Blackout's going to chase. Try and stop this.
Got him cornered right here. And he
Dies.
takes him down. Back to a 18-point game, sadly, for
Yeah.
red.
Empty. Doing a little bit better against Supreme, but I don't think it's going to be enough to swing the game. Just enough to stop all that bleeding
Yep.
in mid.
They've got to be feeling pretty good about next map, though, of having performed like this on a map that they would have probably expected Blue to have a big advantage on with Ram Drop. So they're going to be playing their own pick up next. I don't know what it is, but
Me neither.
I guess I could find out.
Got Rumi. Having not the best of time against Ram Drop, but he's getting some help from Blackout, but it's just... It's like, what are you going to do? I guess the guy who's obviously dominating a point.
They're going to be playing Seraphim next.
Whoa! Is anybody else playing right now? We can go hop in there.
I think so. Yeah, this one's probably over.
We got Miracle's team. Miracle playing Vipers and Fallacy Rick James. Fallacy back from the dead. They're also playing a Garden. Let's hop in there. Or they are playing Garden. Amp in play. It's 187 to 205, so this one's actually even more of a deficit in favor of Team Rick James, I guess, is probably the captain of this one.
He is. Missing a lockpick on the blue team there. I guess he didn't show.
So they subbed in, I guess, White Chalk.
Yeah.
White Chalk didn't do too bad in the dev games. Right now he's in basement with 57, losing to Morpheus by about 11-ish, 12-ish.
Plus Ricky's 6, so about 17.
So got my man Knob, who tried to carry in one of the dev games.
I saw that. That was valiant. That was probably his first sDOM game since the last sDOM finals.
Yeah, I think he pugged a bit, but that's like 1 day of pugging, and then then he's back
I
on
didn't
shape.
even see 1 day of pugging.
Yeah, he pugged maybe 3 times. So then he's back in form. So Pit House 58 taking on Vipers, who's got 75.
Blair
So
is pre-boosted for that amp. He's waiting up there for it to spawn.
Oh, he's
as it
dead.
spawns, he gets killed.
yeah, Knob's gonna get the dub kill though, so he's waiting on his bro to come up. Needs to kill one more. There's a 1 hit. Misses the second one. He picks up the health pack, bumps one off. Mike goes down again. Knob still alive, kills another
Does
one.
Get the kill though.
Knob gets another
another one.
dub.
And another.
Oh, he's on the rampage. Mike, help me! They're gonna boost for it anyway. Give it to Mike,
Is
please.
he gonna get it? He
Yeah.
does. He's gonna need that keg. Let's see what you got, Blair.
Yeah, Black going into mid, getting a lot of damage. Finally takes the
Down
point.
to 49 HP. He must have had pads. He's gonna try and find himself some health.
He needs it.
Find some vials hidden behind.
No, in the back!
pillars.
Once!
Walks in a
Dead.
1. Walks in
Ah.
a 2.
215, 235. That might be too much to bear. 4.5 minutes on Garden. And
Yeah.
I think
I imagine
Vipers.
this would have been Ricky's pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this would be a good pick for their team. The thing about the Morpheus Fallacy team is they got a lot of good maps, but they got some maps that they're going to be really bad at.
I think a lot of more technical maps are going to be bad at because
Yeah.
Fallacy hasn't played Unreal Tournament all that much recently, and
He
neither has
was
Morpheus.
also never a truly experienced sDOM player.
Yeah. Neither was
He
Morpheus.
more of an ICTFer. Yeah, exactly. And Morpheus also not really practicing that much.
No, he's more of a I'm not playing unless it's a match type of guy, which is like,
That
okay.
is definitely his thing, yeah. Really, there has to be a lot of alignment for Morpheus to play UT.
Knob. Not having the best of times. I mean, he
Really
did hit the
good
solo
control
rampage.
On the power-ups. Vipers is a really good top player, so Nob keeping him within what he is a really good effort.
Yeah. I've always loved watching Knob just because he's got really sick movement.
Yeah.
I always called him the BT master.
Yeah, he is. Nice headshot from Blur there. I don't know what that was. Oh, that was Nob, in fact. As
Amp
the amp
up.
comes up, they're going to need a big one.
Yep. Oh, he tried to deny the lift. That guy died anyway.
They're going to get it right now.
Yeah, here we go. I think they're going to give it to Knob. No, okay. Want to give it to Blair. He's the playmaker. Almost hit. Did he die?
Ooh, dies before he even gets to the keg.
That was a fadeaway shot from Vipers as he was falling
Yep.
off the top. That's disgusting.
Yep.
As I think if Blue wants to come back, it's got to be a destructive amp run from
Yeah,
Blair.
I agree.
Yeah, Viper's throwing up the happy face. He made the kill. So Blair, I'm trying to see who. What's the frag count at? Blair only was 77. Actually, with 3 people on the red team in 70s, we got Fallacy, Rick James, and Vipers. So I think Blue is just getting out-fragged rather than maybe even just outplayed. And Garden is the type of map where if you have huge fragging and a guy who can play top, then the game is probably going to be yours. Just because Observatory is just such a bang your head against the wall type area.
Yeah.
And then if you're heavily fragging there, you're free to roam down and then annoy the guy down low.
Yeah.
And your top's on an island. So really
Just
good,
looking.
good map
There
pick
you
from
go.
Rick James.
I agree. Just looking back at that Odin game, they came back to within 2 points right there at the end.
Oh, did they? Oh
They
man.
lost by 10, but with 17 seconds to go, they were only down by 2. We missed a nail biter.
Well, screw
That
it.
tends to happen a lot every time I cast. I don't know if it's
Just bad luck.
something that I do.
Yeah. A minute 16 left in this one. I think this is going to go for red. I mean, Blue's brought it back a bit. It's 278, 264. It was down a little bit more when we first came in. Amp should be up soonish. My camera's way the hell down here. I mean, if they get this amp, red goes crazy. They're pre-boosting for it, but that's a failure. Rick James boosting a little bit late on Vipers here. Viper face plant into the wall. Amp is up now. 2 blue up top. Let's see if Knob and Mike can do it. They do. It's going to go to Blad. This could be the end of the game right here.
13-point gap only, so
Yep,
it's
it's be
not
done.
over. They haven't
Oh
done
my
it.
god, he's boosted twice, 3 times dead. Not
Okay.
gonna happen. As he gets double
Still-
bumped.
Still not over.
37
But,
seconds.
Put some points together.
They have to control
Up to-
everything
down
now.
to 8.
30-second warning going off. Blad needs to get a bunch of kills here now. It's stuffed before he can get an observatory. I think that's gonna be it.
Oh, nice shots there.
Down again. And that's gonna
Back
be
up
game.
to a 10
GG.
gap. Yeah.
Again, good map pick from Rick James, really knowing his squad and what their strengths are. If you got a really
Yep.
high-powered, specialized point guy, then you can play the rest of the points are just frag heavy.
Absolutely.
I mean, Morpheus Fallacy, they're just going to stand there and 180 everybody.
They're gonna have a lot harder time on Slime Time, I think.
Slime Time next?
Yeah.
Let's see, Slime Time, where would I put everybody? Miracle, I think, would play Tears. White Chalk down low. Actually, you put White Chalk on Tears. I think he's specialized there. So then you put Knob down low.
Did they already play it though? No, they kind of.
No, they're hopping into it now. And then you have to have Mike at Gallery so you can give him the amps along with Miracle.
What have we got team-wise?
Yeah, and then on the other side, I don't know where you put. You got to put one of the Fallacy and Morpheus at Gallery to frag. You got to put.
Yeah, bear in mind when they picked this, they would have assumed they had a lockpick.
Yeah.
I think White is a low player.
Well, he was playing Tears earlier today, and he dominated somebody. Actually, he
Okay.
didn't dominate. He beat them by a little bit.
That's domination in White Chalk's language.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take a screenshot and then
That'll be
save
on
it for
his
later.
wall.
Put it up a poster in his room. You put. I don't know. I wouldn't. See, I don't know if Fallacy and Morpheus know this map. Is the thing.
Morpheus played it a couple times in bugs. I know he tried low, hated it, so he's
Low.
definitely
Well,
not
he's
gonna
gonna
be
hate
low.
everything. It's Morpheus.
Yeah.
I have to reconnect.
Fallacy, I have no idea if he's played it much. I mean, he's got to be Gallery, I guess, because kind of a fraggy point.
You have to put one of Morpheus
if
or
you've got-
Fallacy at gallery just for the fragging.
Yeah, I would say Morpheus Tears,
Mm.
Rick James low. Actually, it's probably gonna be Vipers at Tears. They probably put both Morpheus and Fallacy on Gallery.
I don't know. I'm sure they're
Guess that makes the
discussing it
most
right
sense.
now.
That's what I would guess. That's my
See,
prediction.
Miracle, White Chalk, Bled, Knob. I'm interested to see where White Chalk goes. They might want to match Morpheus or Fallacy against White Chalk. See if they can just out frag him. White Chalk's going to have probably the better movement.
Yeah, I think that's playing into White Chalk's hands though on a 1v1 spot.
Just because of the better movement and faster dom catching. Yeah.
Exactly.
Could be understood. We got Morpheus practicing gallery now, so probably maybe Morpheus there. Where's Fallacy? Fallacy's not clicked in.
I think we're gonna see a Morpheus Fallacy at Gallery. I mean Fallacy, more than anyone, Fallacy should definitely be on a 2v2 spot because he's just not got the speed for a 1v1 spot.
Yeah.
I think you'd even see White Chalk beating a Fallacy, even if he gets out fragged.
Gonna be resting on White Chalk's shoulders, possibly.
Yep.
I mean, he is their sixth or I guess their fifth man. This isn't
He's that fifth, yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
not- IG.
he's still good.
He's not a bad player,
he's-
even though he downplays everything. Until he wins, then
Yeah.
he talks shit for 5 months.
Yeah, there's definite swings and roundabouts.
White Chalk. I can't do his voice. I wish I could.
Don't
You
we?
know, White Chalk. Meh. I don't know. That's all I got.
that was somebody.
Somebody. I don't know.
So I mean Blair's gonna be Gallery. You're gonna have
But it
low
has to be
amps.
gallery. You have to give him the amps.
Nob was low in the.
Knob was low in the dev game and
the dev
destroyed
game, right?
Ponage. It was disgusting.
Yep, I'd probably put him there again. So you're gonna have White Chalk Tears. You have Miracle playing Gallery with Blair.
White Chalk!
So,
What's up, Paco?
Hey.
so White Chalk v Vipers. And Vipers is probably gonna win that one. Rick
Yes.
James v Nob, and Nob's definitely gonna win that one.
Yes.
And then it's gonna be down to that Gallery point.
It could be. We could...
Miracle and Blair against.
Fallacy saying Knob taught me this map last night. You're all fucked.
That was poor timing from Nob.
Nob should have checked the schedule.
Yeah. All right, we gotta click
You
in.
gotta
Let's
click
see.
in.
Let's see what happens. And again, if these guys are also gonna switch it up, I think they need to switch it up within 5 minutes when it's starting, or they might lose it all. So we gotta go start off real quickly. I'm going with Knob. Knob's gonna grab the armor, head up directly to Gallery, flip the point, and he's gonna come back down and need to kill at least one guy that's boost 4 amp if he's gonna be playing this position. Here we go. They're gonna quickly give it to, I believe that's Mike. Bled does have the amp. He's gonna come up, grab the armor. And this is looking good for Blue so far. Mike is actually on tiers, taking down Vipers real
I
quick.
think every single one of my point predictions was wrong.
Yeah, this is wild because it's slime time. Mike getting hit a lot, down to 169, gets the frag here. Gets butt buddied there with Rick James for a second, but then makes the frag. Now he can do some damage because he's going to get this midpoint. He's going to stack up on some vials, some Aquafina yummies. No, the double hit from Vipers is going to take him down before he can stack up too much, and that's at 8-10 after the first amp runs comes through. And this is going to be a close game, I think. Let's check out where everybody's at. You got Mike definitely playing Gallery. Miracle is indeed on tiers.
We got a White Chalk Fallacy 1v1 down low. Which
White Chalk
surprises
Fallacy.
Me.
Huh. What are the score on that one so far?
We got a White Chalk 5-3 lead.
Yeah, I think White Chalk will
Fallacy
take
actually
that.
only got 2 frags even.
What? We're talking him up as a heavy fragger. Can't hit the White Chalk. Nice bump
White
off on
Chalk's
Miracle.
stacking though, which is good.
So that they're going to be alone for a while down there. We'll check on them in a bit. Vipers is playing tiers against Miracle. I think that's going to be good. If Vipers can dominate Miracle, he's going to be able to help out on Gallery. Rick James is playing for his squad along with Morpheus.
I'm not convinced about the helping out Gallery when you're tiers thing. I saw Jib doing it earlier against me, and I feel like you put yourself too far out of position.
Going all the way over there to the right? You think it just gives it up?
Not only does it give it up, but like the advantage on tiers is that when that guy is trying to retake it, he's got to come up that ramp. That's when you get the easy shot on him. And if you're all the way over at Gallery, you miss out on that easy frag.
Yeah, Mike getting the amp
up,
again.
Amp taken.
He's going over. He's at tiers now. He gets bumped once, twice, and Viper shuts him down again before he can have an impact. 34-27.
That Viper.
Kid's aim is sick. Let's switch over to Vipers, actually. Watch him a bit.
You win your game, Paco?
Yes, yes.
Jolly good. I love it. Viper's here, going for the triple kill. If you can get this guy bouncing around. There you go. He gets 3 frags. Stuffing Mike on the way into his point. Viper's aim. He really knows the angles from here, which is something about Slime Time. You can tell the players who are good to the ones who are really good, knowing all the angles to hit a guy on his way to another point. And it's something that I like about sDOM is because, especially good maps, because you can become more of an impact player the more you play, because you learn different things. Especially if you're beating the guy on your point, then you can impact the rest of the game just because of you can help out a guy, even if you just tap another kid. Vipers is making Miracle have a bad day as he already hits the killing spree. Now he go over, shoots Blair once and then back. Good timing on knowing when Miracle's going to come back to his point. Hits him again, he's going to grab health. Or not, I lied. So, 50-52. Red actually losing a bit of their lead somewhere as somebody takes a drink.
Nob went way into that slime.
Yeah. And I'm wondering what's with that, where their loss is. Down low, it's 9. Oh, that's not low. Low was the top one. 19-15. So White Chalk is indeed winning that.
Ooh.
Tiers is 12-21, so Vipers is winning. And the swing has got to be Gallery.
Oh, Blair with an amazing denial shot there as the amp is up. Blair making a really sick shot at the last second to stop the Reds picking it up. They got 2 blues there. They're going to try and grab it right now. We're going to have another Blair amp. The keg isn't up, so he's going to be on low health.
Yeah, so he's got to be a little bit scared. He's being chased. He's going to need to like find the shield belt, maybe get some vials. He's only got 1 health as he makes the dubs.
Gone as well. He is scared. He doesn't know where to go.
Yep. So what needs to happen now, because he's invested so much time in holding this amp, he needs, because they're going to bleed points now. He's not on the point.
Yep.
But he needs to stack up, come back, and make an impact for this to be worth. Going to kill one red guy, bumping him into.
Waiting on that belt. I don't know when that belt is. It's now.
There we go.
He does get that belt. Here we go.
Now he can make an impact.
Kill.
Nice. He's starting to destroy people as they're heading to the points.
He gets the Viper this time.
73-73, so he's starting to make an impact in this game.
That mid keg's up. He spotted it, I think. He's going to take that tears point. Dangerous position in that slime wall, though.
Yeah, he bumped a guy who must have just taken armor and didn't die.
Yeah.
Okay, but also what's happened now because of this play is that the keg and the amp are desynced.
Yeah.
Which
I am possibly by the time they actually get that amp that will be back up. But how did that keg get taken and that amp not? So Nob must have denied it or something.
Yeah, it got denied
That's what
early.
happened, actually. Nob heard the keg and he saw the guy crouching, so he dropped down, boosted him off.
So
it was
they
a nice
pre-boosted?
play. It was a pre-boost, except instead of stealthily crouching there, he took the keg and announced his presence.
That's like walking all the way up to a control point and then
not taking it.
Pretty
running
much.
around.
All right, 86-86 tie ball game, folks. Vipers needs to continue dominating. I think Miracle's actually gotten more set as stuff has gone on because it's 29-19. 10 point.
10-point lead on Fallacy. As we said, playing Fallacy against White Chalk, really not playing into the strengths for the red team.
Yeah. Fallacy. This is probably a map he doesn't know too much.
Even on Gallery.
Yeah, I think that's an amp keg up now. It is indeed. Both blue guys are double killed trying to do the boost. Red guy comes down to try to peek, dead. This is going to be a fight over this one. And we talked about earlier, the point taken by red, but amp goes to, I think, is that Knob?
That's a Blair amp.
Oh, I
Another
flipped
Blair
past
amp.
them. Bled down to 169, makes the double frag. Vipers is behind him, 180, shots him in the face. There we go, now taking control.
Spinning 180s, making frags.
Yep, ouch. Hit once,
This one
twice.
Might be a bit awkward for Rick seeing how he's on the other team, but he's probably going to ask for that demo.
Bled does get taken down, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Bled was actually shot twice by, I think that was, it wasn't Vipers this time. I think it might have been Morpheus. As he was flying down into, try to help out Tears. He's died every time at Tears. He wants to get into that corner where he just killed that guy to support both points. And he was there, he just moved a little bit too far to Tears to try to tag and got hit twice. So 113 to 106. Bled actually taking a lead here. 14 there, Blue's bringing it back. So this is going to be a tight game. Watching from Miracle. Let's watch Miracle try and assault Vipers
Bled
on
hitting
this
the rampage
point.
without amp. It's the multi-kill. Vipers takes him out, who else?
Yeah. Trying to watch Miracle try to fight Vipers on this midpoint, or on Tears.
Vipers a tough proposition on that Tears
Yeah.
point.
Tears is one of the more confusing points also to get to because of the weird
Oh,
ramps.
I love it.
I think a
Mainly
lot
because
of...
I have an advantage because everyone else has lost.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I want to play it, though, someone else wants to play it, so I haven't learned it yet. Good use of the ramps there to get away from Vipers by Miracle.
His is the kind of control point, exactly like you said. You learn something new about it every time you play it.
Yeah.
Amp taken, another Blair amp.
Yep.
No, yes.
Yep, amp. He's
Yeah.
jumping around right now. Gonna hit it, come back up. Now he's in this all-important corner where he can hit both sides. I need to take that. There he goes. Comes back in. This is dangerous. Get out of Tears, boy! Get out of Tears! Stay alive. No, he's dead.
Ooh, he didn't see the guy coming to his right.
Yep. Amps have gone to Blue, but it's every time he goes to help out Tears, he just gets destroyed because of the fast collapse from Red. So good play on Red and communication to keep that out of Bled's hands. They don't want him to get him too stacked. 2 chains, but not having too much of an impact from Blue. Still tight game. 1 point. Fallacy down low as we were watching right now. Got 10.5 minutes in this game. Fallacy looks like his aim is coming back. Double hitting White Shock. Stay away from the side wall. Don't do it, Bowie. There we go. Now I get the things. Or run up here for that. Okay. But down low, Fallacy has 37. White Shock at 52. White Shock playing the fast kamikaze style. Hits Fallacy 3 times to knock off the belt. Checking elsewhere. Watch Morpheus a bit. What's Morpheus's frags at? He's at about 40? Somewhere in the middle of the pack. Playing gallery with Rick James. Rick James actually only at 26. Fighting Blair and Knob, who are at 39 and 60.
Gallery, the Blues are getting massively outfragging the red team. The amp is up again.
Yep. So
Well, the keg is up. The amp isn't.
the amp actually will follow in just a second. They got
There it is.
resynced. There they go. Fly down here. The fight over the amp is going to take place. I
Oh,
want to see a
nice
red one.
red.
Oh, the boost! The
That guy
miscommunication
wasn't
is going to
even
give
bothered.
it.
Don't care if I get shot. I'm jumping anyway.
Yeah, going to Blair again. So Blair, he's got 189. He's gonna come into Tears. Thought Vipers was dead. Actually chooses to grab the armor.
no!
Oh my God!
Vipers. Blair peeked Vipers and then went after that armor.
Yeah, Blair pausing to say okay. I think he might. I don't know if maybe he wasn't paying attention to Vipers. Maybe he shot Vipers and Vipers tanked it.
Yeah.
Unknown. 156, 169. Blue could lose this. I think they just need to buckle down and hold the points. And they'll win this. I mean, I don't know. But Miracle's, I don't know. Miracle kind of needs help. And I think that's what Blez doing with the amps. He's trying to hop over to get help. Help Miracle try to fight Vipers.
Yeah.
Viper's hitting the killing spree before dying there. Who won the last one? Miracles lost that one.
The red team one?
Yeah.
They won Garden.
So this could be a sweep. The sweep-a-reno. And I think largely because Vipers is being a dominant player on the points that he's so far hit. Causing havoc. White Chalk can answer but the win on his point, but I don't think it's going to be like a Vipers win. So... what was a close game is now a little bit farther. Is that a keg taken? No, it's a keg. That's mid keg. Keg is up. Amp following soon. Knob taking down a red player. Amp up now. Red opting to grab the point instead of fighting for the keg amp. Only one red player remains. Point. What the heck? He just jumped! Rick James just jumped off. Miscommunication. Another Bleh amp. I mean, they've gotten almost every amp. They need to really make one of these count to bring it back in this game.
They have got every single amp.
They can't hit each other. Rick James finally goes down, actually to White Chalk down low, helping out his bro. Bleh in position to help out. Gonna see his point. Just don't go into tears, man. Just don't do it. Just stay in this corner. Yeah.
Far away from Vipers. Here comes Vipers.
Oh, yeah, he got shot in the back. Fell down low, and now he's not in a position to help. Makes a frag. Hop back up. Good shot. There's another one. Amp run didn't have the impact he wanted. 190 to 204. They came back a tiny bit. Yeah, it was Vipers. Coming all the way far right off of Tears to make the shot. And I think I'm gonna guess this goes to red.
I would imagine so, but it's not over yet. The other match going on right now is
somebody wants to see the pictures.
The 30-point lead in the other game right now. So
who's playing?
That's the ampersand versus
Two hot booties.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna say Vipers is really the MVP of this match.
Absolutely.
After taking Garden.
I'm pretty sure he's killed every single amp carrier. He's, I think, the only one on his team winning that point.
Yeah. Look at
winning
that.
By a nice margin.
He's just everywhere. Really, Miracle just not providing enough pressure on Tears is gonna swing this to Vipers. And allow him to...
Despite the frag difference on Gallery, I guess because of Blair being sort of absent while he was getting those amps. And was sort of around trying to stack up.
Yeah, but that's the amp gamble. I mean, you lose a little bit while you're stacking, then you gotta come back and make the huge play. Amp again on... Blair is taken down by Vipers. Actually, that was Rick James. Rick James.
One for the scrapbook, Ricky.
Yay! Put that on my wall! 211, 231, not impossible. But they gotta... something magical has to happen. Something like the magic of Christmas. They must win it with friendship. White Chalk...
So Red are actually winning Gallery by quite a distance despite getting outfragged.
Yeah, Blue winning low. White Chalk winning by about 11. But Vipers is just dominant where he's at, and he's helping out everybody. It's gross. Let's watch Miracle again try to take this point. There's another red guy here. That's annoying. I hate that. Why are you here when your teammate's winning? Is it Tony? Miracle winning this one. Amp not too far off. Blue needs something magical to happen. Miracle, good guess on where Vipers was coming from. Misses the follow-up shot. Now the dogfight over the over the point ends up a Miracle cratering. And that would have been a suicide anyway if he had just fallen all the way. Because you're off the point and you're already hit once. Vipers exploding to the slime wall, taking a drink. Amp in just a second. Keg's already up. Blue Need something super duper to happen. 3.5 minutes. It could be undoable. Amp up now. Red is in control. They could get their first one. Morpheus sees it. Rick James here to boost. Morpheus down. Opts to go for the point. Kills both. That's a double kill. Now blue is in control. Point, though, is still red, so they're bleeding points as they're doing this. Gives it to Mike. AKA Black. Goes for the armor again with that Viper shooting him in the butt. This time Mike 180s him and then gets a nice shot. Over the boxes. No! He's in the corner again! Oh my god, the double kill to Liv. Liv, Mike! Killing spree. Now he's in position to help stuff. This could be the comeback if he stays alive.
This is where we saw Blackout doing it from.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, Mike, why? Oh no.
Well, don't go over here. It's too far.
I know. I guess he's going for belt.
I don't know what he's doing. I think he's lost.
He's going for belt.
Oh, you need to be helping.
Yeah, it's too close, too late. He's gonna grab more vials, come in and attack Vipers. Gets one. No.
Then he dies anyway.
That's kind of heartbreaking.
Yep.
I think he only had like 2 shots to live. I think he felt he needed to.
Yeah, he needs to try and stack it.
Oh well. It's gonna be 2 minutes 13 seconds. Could be GG. Valiant effort from blue, but not enough. Vipers, I think, is just too strong. MVP status definitely going to him for this matchup. Blue is playing with their 5th instead of their 4th. Lockpick not here.
That's a big difference.
So Ricky James taking that one. Is anything else going on, or is this is the last whatever's, right?
There is
2 hot booties.
the Ampersands win in the second map. They're going to have a tiebreaker coming up just after this, which we can check out.
Yes.
That'll be Rankin.
The Rankin. Cafe, I think, was saying...
The last play for Rankin this round and season.
Sweet. Sweet daddy. And that should be a sweep for Rick James, so that's the end of that one.
This will be it.
And I hit the 3 key. Apparently says titty sprinkles on my INI. Why is that there? Who did this? Who made this? All right, so we got
last roll of the dice. Last amp, Blair, no time to stack at all. Gonna have to just.
Yeah, I'll hop back in there and finish it out. They're not started yet.
Even
on the
going
other
for
one.
Vipers this time. Does kill Vipers, but gets shot a lot.
Yeah. 269, 290, 53 seconds. I don't think they can come back. It's too little, too late. Bleh.
Oh.
Getting
20
a killing spree.
seconds. Kind of long.
Bam, nice shot. Grabs the armor. Armor's been the death of him a few times. Checks Miracle, you okay, buddy? Knob's not there to tag this after he makes the kill. Rick James is going to hit him 3 times anyway. Knocked off, almost craters. Shot out of the air by Morpheus. Actually, I had that backwards. Morpheus hit him 3 times and then Rick James killed him. So that's going to be GG. 11 seconds. Viper's definitely MVP.
Yep.
96 to 71 against Miracle on tiers.
Well, that's actually the most dump points in the server. That would go to White Chalk.
Yeah, White Chalk down low with 99 versus Falsey. But Falsey had 82, so it wasn't a blowout.
Wasn't a blowout, no.
White Chalk would have had to dominate.
White Chalk's a 5th man.
So I just want to make a comparison. I feel like Bleh is a super hot girlfriend that cheated on Rick, and then Rick showed up to the dance with Vipers and found out Bleh got fat.
No.
I'm sorry. It sounded better in my head. But yeah, so Rick James getting his revenge on the Blaster.
Yeah.
So that one I think was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
I thought that one would have gone to 3.
He first picked Vipers over Blair, didn't he?
He did. He took the timeout considering if he wanted to get back together with Bleh. But
well, Vipers, I think, started off when he started playing sDOM was okay. Like, he wasn't bad. But now everybody's saying that when he plays, he's dominant on his points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's really good. I mean, I think he's easily a top player. I mean, he's ranked like 1. And if I was captain, I might have picked him first. I don't know. He wouldn't have been available for me to pick, but even if I had a low pick, I probably would have done it.
Yeah, and again, I think with Rick James' team, when they got a dominant player, if Vipers knows the solo points that are the considered the hard carry points, like guard and top, we just saw them on tiers, and then they can put the massive fraggers like Fallacy, Morpheus just, you know, standing somewhere and fragging stuff. I think that's a really good team on a lot of maps. I think they're going to have trouble on some maps, though, like maybe campgrounds, where they need heavy fraggers that know how to play on bridge, plus 2 good solos. They're going to be having some trouble because Vipers will not be able to carry from just one spot and help out elsewhere, like in Slime Time. Because there's too many. I don't know. We'll see. I think this team is going to be really good on some maps. I think they lost Rankin today in a dev match with Vipers trying to play the floater position. They lost to you, Monk, didn't they?
Nope. We were playing against Jib and Chromaniac.
Oh, that's right. You guys won that.
We did.
Yep.
Rummy's suiciding to find out where the spawns are. That doesn't look good.
Uh-oh.
They
Never
actually have a
promising.
click-in.
That's
The
not
blue
good.
team have subbed in Floex, who was actually the guy who ported this map. So that's probably a good decision. He
It's
should
probably-
know the map better than anybody.
A hidden amp for him. Anyway, we're going to start off
Yeah.
with this one. Red.
He actually tweaked the map. He didn't port it, but go on.
Anyway, Humpty playing up high with a bro Chacho. I'm not sure who that is yet. Who is getting shot a lot and dies. Gonna finally kill
That's Cud.
Floex. So Cud is probably gonna be giving the amps to Humpty then. Floex though making the kill. Supreme is gonna
and
boost.
Floex. Oh,
No
missed
faceplant.
boost.
Not even anywhere close on that one. Supreme missed position behind him. That one, it's a hard shot, so you need to shoot directly at that. Can't be off just a minute square. A pixel.
Predictions then, Paco.
Give it to Humpty. Give it to Humpty.
He got shot from below.
Yeah, he got shot from somewhere else. Supreme in position now. Gonna hit the Floex. There we
Makes
go. Floex with the ampersand is gonna explode a sand right after falling down the gap. I see a lot of amp carriers actually turn around and come back out because they know that that area is safe instead of dropping down the hole. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes you don't always want to go for the hole. I mean, you want to, but you can't always go into the hole. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask. You gotta ask permission first. Write these down, kids. Write those words down. Blackout over here on corner. Interesting
Went a little bit
choice.
50 Shades there.
Yeah. Blackout taking an early lead at 12 to where 4 to get some Ram Drop. Ram Drop having some trouble after
Wow,
a dominating.
Rammed up with the 7 Effie.
Yeah, against Blackout. Blackout the playmaker. They're putting him over here in the corner by himself. I guess they they saw Ram Drop was here and figured that Blackout
wow.
can take this. I mean, Blackout has some really sick aim, and is
Hitting
just
every single shot right
Jesus. I really love the follow up after the bounces too. That's something that takes
That's
practice.
it. That's the key in sDOM.
Yeah. We go Ram Drop getting it now. 3 shots on the Blackout. Blackout actually hitting that third one. Dying before the
Trying to get
shield
that
belt. Salty.
No bueno.
Salty face. Ram Drop. All right.
I'm
We'll
gonna
leave
try
them
to come
alone
back
for
into it
now.
A little bit now.
Yeah, we'll leave them alone now. I think we're alone now. Anyway, Cud and Rumsters. Why is Rummy's playing mid? Yeah, Rummy was just
Yeah,
hopping
Rummy
around.
Sense on mid. Cud and Humpty versus Supreme and Floex up top.
Yeah. Sense has 10 in the middle position with Rummy at 9, so that's about even. Rummy getting double teamed right there, going down.
Amps
up
up.
now. $48-39. 49ers. 2 blues in position. They're going to give it to Floex again. No! Supreme is
nice
going to get bumped
deny.
off. Floex sad faces all the
That
way
was
down low.
Cuddles. Ampersand
Cuddles.
Cud.
The Cuddles. Good choice of turning and flipping it over. Now they can contest for the amp. Floex dying to Cud. But stopping it, flipping it over for his bro. They're going to try this. I need to give the amp to Humpty. Humpty denies Supreme. Supreme getting the BS spawn up high. Isn't then knocked off. Cud is there. He's definitely seen it. Floex just kind of like ran off. So maybe they didn't know it was up. I don't know.
Probably
Fight.
just still trying to contest that control point.
Double
they get
kill
that
from
boost
Cud.
in.
Cud gets another one, then shot in the back. Supreme stopping it. Supreme lagging out, I guess. I think Supreme just lagged out. Yeah, Supreme lagged out. He's back in. 64-51. Supreme interrupting.
Ooh, denied.
Yeah, interrupting the dance, as this amp has been up for a long time. I do like how the players are conscientious of the flipping the point. 10-point game. It's close. Amp on this thing is like kind of like a luxury because he got there. He like called up help and then they get it to FlowX. FlowX coming back up top, making the shot. He needs to drop down in your face, grabs the belt. Here we go. His team is down 9 points. He did something weird there. Back up though, grabs himself some thigh pads. He can lay some tile. Gets hit twice though by Humpty 3 times. Almost shot in the back there. Humpty was glitched on the wall. Going for the armor tosses him a shot to the face. It's the spree. Yeah, Red's calling in help because there was a rummy coming
Yeah,
up.
Blackout was out of position. They're trying to shoot him.
Oh, it was Blackout. Okay. FlowX stacking up nicely though. Sees the armor. He's hungry for it. He's running for it. He's gonna lose it. Good heads-up play by Humpty to steal it from him. Drops down into mid, which is kind of dangerous. Not having a quick escape from here. He's gonna get hit once, twice.
Rum's
Goes down to
gonna take him
rummy.
down.
Yeah. 75-78 though. So costing
Brought him
Blackout
back
and company to go hunt him down has brought him back. $78-82. As Red quickly starts pulling away again. Checking on Blackout in the corner. 35-23. Ram drop not as drastic as it was before. He got himself up to 23 efficiency. Better than 7. Blackout though giving Ram drop a headache. Watching them duel. How are they both stacked? What's going on here? Now they can't hit each other. This is embarrassing. Guys, quit. There we go. Ramdrop finally winning the point. Blackout quick and on point back in there. Nice shot around the corner. Yeah, I'm okay with Blackout getting the belt here because he's playing corner. I think anybody else, unless you have the amp, is just not worth.
Ooh, I'm taken.
Who's got
I'm
it?
taken. Humpty tries to dodge down the hole, and FlowX hears it taken, sits at the bottom of the hole, shoots him. He only had 1 shot of health, so he instantly died.
Damn. Damn, heads up play from FlowX. Able to guard his hole.
But that's not a real loss for Red. At least FlowX didn't get a run in.
Yeah. 103-98. So Red still maintaining a little bit of a lead.
Close game.
Yep. Guarding your hole is something everybody should be good at. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. 107, 103. Watching Humpty kind of patrolling this side area here, looking for spawns. Down low. Checking both spawns, looking up high. Blocking FlowX. FlowX is going to get the hit. 50 Shades of Grins. 111, 107. Watching from Supreme now. Supreme has always had weird movement. Kind of just stops and concentrates on his aim. Comes in dying. How's mid going? Middle is 29 on Rummy to 36 on Sins. I'm actually kind of surprised. Sins not doing too shabby. And
FlowX with 5 points on middle as well, so FlowX helping out. Actually, a pretty big lead on middle, a 10-point lead for blue team.
huh. So that's going to counteract a little bit of the Blackout corner destruction. I mean, but it's only 10 points now on corner, so they're about even with the
10 points there as
discrepancies.
well. Yep.
It may come down to how the duos are doing, and I think like Humpty and who's Humpty playing with? Cud. They don't seem to be roaming,
No.
so that's might be the lead.
Roaming is, Humpty having a nice game this period. I don't think roaming is particularly an advantage.
On this map.
But there's definitely one spot sort of between mid and high where you can get a few frags. There's a couple of spawns where the quickest way to high is through mid. So often you'll see people sort of going through there because it's on the way more than anything else.
Right. Amp up now. Armor being taken by red team. I think that's on Humpty. Hud and Humpty have the same skin, so it's kind of hard to tell. They're dead, though. FlowX, I don't think he actually looked at the amp. Hitting the point. They're running over to it. Nope, Supreme. Opting to fight someone. Alright, they're gonna boost. What the fuck? With FlowX, just dodged off.
Did he get it?
No, he just dodged. He was just like, I hate my life, and then dropped down into the pit. Felt like that was his choice. You know, I don't judge. That's the way you want to play. Go for it. There's the boost. Now FlowX has got it. To drop down the hole. Coming back up. Marty meets Humpty.
Hits him twice. He's on 30 HP.
Oh,
nice
sniped.
play by Humpty.
The guys have been on point with the amp denial, showing that they know how to play the game, or this point, and stopping things from going on. $10 minutes remaining in this one. Red is slowly pulling away with this, as I believe they're winning high. And Blackout, 57 to 45 now in corner. Sins is 48 to 34 in mid, though, so they're kind of, solo points are kind of evening out, and I red box. Now I'm back. Hello.
Hooray!
Red books. I get my movies from red books. What? Blackout, killing spree, corner. Ram drop. Finally shuts that down. As this has been like about a 10-point game the entire time.
Yep. It's been like a really close one.
No amp runs for super excitement. Really.
Alex did have that one that brought them back level.
True, yeah, I forgot about that. But I think Humpty and Cut are doing a really good job of heads up, stopping them before they get out of control. So far. Humpty himself only being able to grab one. I think if Humpty gets a good amp run, it could be Knights.
Oh, Blackout with another killing spree.
Could be lights out for blue.
Ramdrop's the kind of guy that if he's losing a control point, he'll be pretty upset that he's not getting any help.
Yeah.
Definitely go on tilt.
Yeah, but I think Rummy's also kind of the same way, can go on tilts, but
Yeah.
a lot of people are running through there.
Yeah.
And he's not losing by... I think they're losing by about the same. At least last time I checked, they were 69, 51, 55 to 42. Respectively. Amp, up now. Supreme has seen it. Both red guys are on the point, though. FlowX and Supreme both killed. I like the red guy staying over here in this corner, Humpty, because he's blocking that BS high spawn.
They've actually put away to a 26-point lead now, but this
Oh,
is actually coincides with Ramdrop actually getting a bit of control back in corner, so they must have actually taken control back of mid and high.
Humpty's got the amp. It's the killing spree on Ramdrop. That's going to be a headache for him. 72 health. He can get bumped twice.
Yep.
Humpty back up high. The heck, that guy just killed himself.
Yeah, that was Ramdrop. He's spawned away from corner, so he just suicided.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Supreme for a second, and I was like, no, that's not how you play the game!
That's not how you kill amps.
I'll suicide so he doesn't get the points. Perfect.
That is, I have done that many a time to stop people getting monster kills.
Just suicide in front of him.
Yeah.
Ah, take this. Ramdrop back in control down low. He needs to hold this. Somebody was pointing out Ramdrop picks it up. They're going to win this game.
Starting to get a bit out of hand now. Cud and Humpty probably learning the map a little bit more.
Yeah.
Humpty definitely taking some quicker routes than he was before.
Yeah, 61 to 76 on Blackout. So he's closed the gap a little bit. 213 to 184. And really, I think the decider is going to be up high.
It's a big win for them up high right now. 84 to 51.
Cud spamming shots. Not hitting anybody. Yeah, he's going to spawn here and help out mid for a bit. Just a bunch of blue guys here, though. Supreme was there also. It's a potty! I've always wondered why, because I play that mid point a lot, and I've never played the high. I've always wondered why people keep running through there. Because you
Yeah,
spawn over in that mid.
Yeah, exactly. There's no better way really to go.
Come in.
There's nothing more annoying than playing 1v1 spot. It's almost like being chased in ICT. I feel like, hey, it's not allowed. Get out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, just like a party
Blue
people running
amp.
through.
Floex with an amp. So can he get his team back into this? He's down by Belt. Belt isn't up. He's gonna try and sneak out of there.
Yeah. 29.
Hasn't been seen yet. He's at the pads. How do you get sizing him now?
Bumped off all the way
Boosted
down low.
down.
Oh no! 2 red guys. Hits
The
1!
bad spot.
Ooh,
Going
saved
for
by the guy in
Belt,
mid.
Still isn't up.
Oh, there's 3!
So,
Dead.
once you're down there, it's too tricky to get out. Cud, he just killed Cud. Cud just respawned. Just
Floex actually behind Cud here. Shoot him in the back. Good play.
so down to a 20-point game now. So they've put it back a little bit.
Could go down to the wire. 5 minutes remaining in this one. 235,
Roundup actually
217.
leveling it up at corner there nearly. Only 5 points behind now after that early lead.
Ooh, somebody predicted it. If Ramdrop picks it up, they're going to win this game. Ooh, boy! Floex. I like the positioning where they're blocking that spawn. Because... Oh, my buddy's going to spawn there. Perfect. Welcome home, friend. Never mind, I'm dead. Floex getting knocked all the way off. Grabs the belt. Hit twice by Blackout hopping through. Says hello. Floex trying to return the favor. $228, $248. 20-point game. Four minutes.
I think Floex spent a little bit too much time sort of going down mid and then having to walk all the way back up. The amp is up again. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yep. Supreme's gonna see it. I don't know if they know timing,
Is
but
he
Supreme
gonna
should know
call
now. Yeah. Supreme just knocked off suiciding. Not there. Red guy dying as well. Rummy
Rummy with the
spawning
bush,
here.
spawn, jumping. No one's there.
He's just hopping around. Floex actually dropping down there.
Optimistic from our Rummy.
Give it to me!
Yeah.
Supreme back tags his point. He's the only one up here now. Another BS spawn from Ramdrop who's going to suicide out of that. Do not want. Right here. Red should see that it's up now. Blue.
Blue, what?
Hello?
Don't seem
They're
to
not
be
setting up. He's going to get shot in the
committing
back.
fully to it.
No.
Oh, that was Supreme ain't listening.
Alright. Red should have seen it.
Red not that bothered by it either, it seems.
And this is one of the, like, Red might not care just because they're winning, but I think
Yeah.
Blue would want to grab it.
Yeah.
For
It is
Shizzy.
a tough one to grab.
Yeah, it's not the nicest.
It's tough to grab. It's almost tougher to stay alive as well.
Yeah, nobody really seems to be bothered by it. They're just like, meh, whatevs. Let's just shoot each other.
Yep.
Yeah, Red not committing. They're keeping Humpty over there and Cud at one side. So yeah, here's Cud over there. So Red doesn't care about it at all. They
Nope.
just want to keep Blue out of there. Both Blues coming up this side. If they make this frag, they can go for it quickly. Floex is dead. Off the table. Supreme just goes for the point.
Oh, Cud getting boosted down, making a nice denial shot as he falls.
Yep, Supreme spawning up top though. Is able to hit it. We got
18-point game.
We got 2 blue. Oh, I thought we had 2 blue here. Oh, now we do. 2 blue here. They're gonna go for it. Ooh, almost whiffing that one. Floex has got it. He's gonna drop down. No belt. He needs to make an
15
impact
minutes,
immediately.
15 points to claw back in 2 minutes.
Yeah. He needs to make an impact right now. Gets shot once. He's only got 20 health. Needs to get over to this health pack. Got it. There's the kill. Coming to help mid. Actually, I think he might be looking for
Ooh,
armor. It's
misses
dead.
That shot. Humpty with a nice kill.
Yep. So this is
Still
gonna
a
go down.
15-point game.
Yeah, this is gonna go down to just how you play the points. Let's check on corner real quick. Corner is 96 in favor of Blackout.
Ramdrop in the lead after all.
Oh my God! Ramdrop brought it back, boys. But in mid, Sins has 85 to 72, and so it did come down to what on top happened.
Yep, 110 to 80 up top.
And that really was what the ball game was.
Really, Remy and Blackout both got a little point on top as well. I don't know why, but
Supreme going for the point, totally not Supreme. Yeah, so it all came down to what happened up top. Ramdrop brought it back after having 7 efficiency in the beginning and losing by like 25. Brought it back to win it. In it to win it. Ramdrop winning the war of attrition, to take a messism. 286-301. And I think that's going to be it, boys. 17-second counter. Goodbye. All of red hanging a party in mid. The winning party.
yep.
If I want to be on that party
They
boat.
put it back 12 points, but that Ramdrop deficit at the start, too much for them to claw back. Ramdrop did pull it out the bag near the end as we expected, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Team play. Well played by Red. Blackout seeming a little salty there then.
Just a little.
Getting out of there.
He's probably telling his team, what was the problem on Odin, guys? I just dominated this guy.
Yeah. Anyway, good plays, good night, everybody. We're back next week for more sDOM. I should know.
sDOM? I probably
sDOM.
wouldn't go with
Probably
sDOM.
bad
In
way
case
to
we-
say
In
it.
case we get not only the stream muted, but visitors.